Hi there, Internet people. Yep, it's Chris again with another installment of a Cary Spotlight review. 45 days to go. We're doing a series of 52 videos covering our publication of Cary Spotlight. I am the founder and creator of Cary Spotlight, a hyperlocal daily newsletter here in Cary, North Carolina. And so we're just going over some lessons learned, some ideas for people who want to do a local newsletter. So here we go. We're playing with this three-part title for the headline, or for the email, a subject line for the email, but it's also a headline for our newsletter to kind of tease the stories that are coming. Talking about green spaces, talking about some kind of a incident that happened in Durham, which is a town close to Cary, North Carolina. Also talking about using our green spaces. People like the environment, so that's a good thing to talk about. And stuff that happened in the post tornado and how people came out to help. The community came out to help their neighbors, so that's a good thing. Christmas deadlines, that would be an example of an evergreen story. So when Christmas rolls around, this is the kind of story that people will probably be easy to publish because, there's going to be deadlines for mailing stuff out. So keep that in your back pocket, an idea for a Christmas story. Okay, so let's have a look real quick. Three news stories. That's kind of the format. There's your mailing deadlines. We have a little ad section in the middle here, and then we have two sports stories. So we kind of following that format. There's a little bit of a reader engagement here, a reader poll to get people used to clicking on things, and then we have our events. Now, at this point, at this stage of newsletter, we were doing 3 day look ahead in events. I guess the idea here was we didn't want to have 7 days or like a super long list of events going all the way through to Monday, because there was a concern that the publication will get cut off inside of newsletters readers, like Gmail or stuff like that. But actually, I found now that I can just add a button that says read the whole thing online, and people can do that, the ones that are having that issue. There's significant evidence that says it really doesn't matter because this particular platform is mobile first in design. So a lot of the newsletter actually you can read straight from your email. And again, if it's a problem, by giving people several locations where they can click to see the full newsletter online, they can easily do that. So that takes care of that problem. So those are things that I just noticed. That's something that's kind of explains why there are only 3 days here, and it's kind of a rolling 3 days, and you'll notice that in the next one. Let's see what's in this issue. Again, 3 stories, some science, high school, Cary High School. Obviously, you want to bring that in there. And Triangle Nurse Scandal. That's definitely going to get people checking it out. Repeating a story is also something that you can definitely do, especially if it's deadlines. You can just leave it in there because we have new subscribers coming in all the time, and that'll be useful information for them to have. And so that's that. So that's basically just takes up a space. It makes it easy for you to fill up the local section because there's an anchor piece in there, and then the rest of it you can go and find news stories for the day. And it's still relevant to people who have seen it before because it kind of gives them a reminder, and they don't have to go look for that issue where we spoke about the deadlines. Okay. And in sports, yes, this is how we started narrowing down the different schools that we were going to show. So now we're picking the different basketball and streaming opportunities that we have for Cary High School and Panther Creek High School, and that's just, you know, because of the ones that I could find. Now, later on, you'll see we do actually do a reader poll where we'll find out which high schools people prefer to know more about, and so we'll update this section accordingly. Okay, and yep, another reader poll right there, and as you can see here, now we're rolling Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's a rolling 3-day on the calendar. Okay. Sticking to the same format for the email subject line as well as for the headline for the newsletter. Auto insurance, if you have a car, right, you're going to have to pay attention to that. Some gift ideas for the holidays. And this is a local business spotlight that we're doing. And at this stage, we were going out finding people who actually wanted to have it done. And we started working on a questionnaire. And so we have that coming up soon. And this is the first spotlight, one of the first spotlights where we actually had a video. They had a video available for their boutique. So we actually put it in there. And so that was pretty nice to be able to change things up from just having an image, like a carousel setup. So in this case, we actually made the YouTube channel and then uploaded the video to our channel and then linking from there to their website. But this is our first kind of venture into adding a video to the local business spotlight. So those were kind of good. And the rest of these are kind of the same. And I'm not sure why there's no Saturday here, but that's kind of interesting. Let's see, next week. All right, here we go. So now we're going into jobs, gene therapy, and wild path. Okay, this is some another spotlight coming up. So here we are doing a write-up on another business in town. We're talking about the local high school win in the Crosstown Cup. I remember this story because a subscriber actually sent me this information that we used to kind of highlight this memorial for a fallen hero, and he was a Marine. And so it's kind of the connection between, my military history, my work with the Marines in the past. So definitely was a story that we definitely wanted to do justice and to publish. Let's see here. Yep. So this one is we actually created this for. It's one of the first times that we actually designed an image for our local business spotlight. We have the write-up as well as, this location had a physical address, so we actually put it there as well as a link to the Google Map directions. Again, this came from user reader feedback. People saying, hey, I want to know where this place is. So we added that. And then for the rest, they can go to the website to get more information. So, and for the sports write-up, as you can see, this is a much longer write-up than before because, again, it's both an event as also talking about this Cary High School team and the championship that's going on. And if they wanted to contribute, they could email this particular person or go to that forum. So that was something that was nice. And here we see the result from our Facebook engagement post where people could tag or mention their favorite or best pizzas in Cary. And then now we made a poll out of the ones that got more than one recommendation. And so now people can vote on it instead of having to go into the Facebook page and writing it in person. So, writing it themselves. Okay. And so we're sticking to this format. Sometimes I use a comma, sometimes I use this little bar thing. it really doesn't make that big a difference at all. But we're talking about a crime. This was a crime committed by a state auditor, so that's a big deal. There's a safety recall here on Tesla, so that's crucial for people to know. And this one, it's another local business spotlight. So we had a couple of those in 1 week. Two sports stories. So let's see how we did. Right, so we got this. You'll see this kind of. We have a template, kind of a design, kind of showing up. So this is again, we're developing new ways to present things, present the person, the business owner, as well as the actual results that they deliver. And we have the write up. Since this is not a business that has a physical address, we just put the link to their website. Okay. And then here is the first time now, again, we start to get feedback on this feature, specific feature needs. So now we're asking people's opinion whether the local business spotlight was useful or not, as opposed to overall, like, what did you think about today's spotlight? Okay, so that's a different way to do it. And there we go. We got our little trivia question at the bottom. And then here's the first of two specialty editions. One, the Travel and Discovery Edition, which is published on Sundays. And we're focusing on things that people can do near, far, and near. So that means travel overseas, travel in the United States, or travel in the local area in North Carolina. So we got here some sledding in places recommended for North Carolina. And we're talking about Christmas. Do they know it's Christmas? How Christmases are celebrated in different parts of the world. So that's kind of a fun thing. I think this came from a school project that I had with my kids. And so it just kind of like evolved into a story that we could just put in in the newsletter as well. Because they were learning stuff and I was learning stuff. So why not put it in there? We got the airport story right there, stories about RDU. So we slipped that in there. And we're trying different sizing and styles for the advertiser space. Here's something new. We haven't done this a lot, but it's interesting. It's called House Hacks. Again, you'll see some of these sections coming and going because I'm testing different things, and we were able to put that in there. Okay, so that's interesting. The weather, and then how did we do in this issue? So again, it's good to have feedback. Like I said before, it's like being a politician. If the feedback is great, you believe it. If the feedback is horrible and you're like, yeah, there's enough people that says that it was good, then you just ignore the meh. Again, some mehs are legit, and you will see in the future if we make a mistake or stuff like that. If people point it out, I completely accept that as well. Okay. And then finally, yes, we end the week, our editorial week, on a Monday with the real estate edition, talking about properties sold in Cary, North Carolina. And this one is also a first one where we actually have a local business spotlight about a mortgage company inside of the wow, that's a lot of houses sold inside of this edition. So in addition to all of these listings of real estate properties sold, we also did a story on this mortgage company, and it was quite an extensive one at that. And then we also focused on supporting local home service businesses. So this is more kind of like, again, specializing or having a niched set of ads here, and as well as the trends also extended version of that. So this is a much more meatier, um, beefed up real estate edition as compared to before. Again, we're testing different styles and formats and seeing what's working. Okay, and you should too. All right, and with that, I'll leave you with this, and then we'll be going on to the next week, uh, covering the developments there in our next video, which will be tomorrow.